Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we're back in the 3.5 Monster Manual. We are towards the end. We're on the Xill, medium outsider extraplanar, and at first glance you might say, oh, look, an ant. But if we look in the description, it actually says, I think it says they're a reptile. Quasi-reptilian creature with 4 arms, bright red scales, dark penetrating eyes. Not quite as tall as a human. I'm not too worried about the not quite as tall as a human part, because I have a solution for that. But I have some potentials here that could someday be a Xill. And I have 2 of that guy, one of which is damaged. And I have some potential candidates for extra arms as well. So my first thought was that this dude had the right build. But then I was looking, what if you took the arms off that dude, added them up here on that dude, and then made his legs more like that creature's legs. So I think that's what the plan is. So to get started, I don't know if I like that head. What's your head look like? Okay, you could be a Xill when you grow up. Let's look at the reference art again. Their legs are ended in claws, but we could put shoes. That shouldn't be a problem. But their legs are funny, like they're not even the same. Okay. I'm not sure how they accomplished that, having 2 non-identical legs. So let's look at this guy as a potential candidate. Let's take this thing off his back. Just like that. Oh, bye thing. Oh, there's a giant hole there. Okay. Does that come off your back? All right. What about his arms on him still? Is that a possibility? Let's take a look. Sometimes you got to waste parts. I don't like to, but sometimes you have to. So we know if we want that to mount, we're going to get as much of the excess crap off of there as possible to get that to sit on his shoulder in the way we want it to. Okay, we want it to look kind of natural, so I'm going to snip. Should have got it in one go, would have been nicer. That, and try to get that on top of there like that. So I'm just getting a tiny bit of glue to hold that in place. I dropped the glue gun on the floor. Something like that. Oh, where'd the glue gun go? Oh, thank God there's a cord I can follow. My old ass would have never found it. And we got to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to snip away at his shoulder. And snip away here. Get a flat edge to connect it. There's way too much glue. I will regret that later. Okay. Now for the funky leg thing, I'm not even sure how to begin doing that. Alright, let's get these feet snipped off completely, off the bases. I'm not real happy with that posture, but I don't think I can do much with it. So to get that look of the leg, it's got to have like a thing going back. I'm not sure how to capture that. So let's snip these off flat here. And see if we can maybe... Which leg was which? Was that leg? Or was it that leg? I should have done one at a time so I knew what I was doing. All right, that one was there, maybe? Or there? Shit, I don't even know, dudes. All right, so what I want to do is kind of bring it back like that and get it to mount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this back at a little bit of an angle. I'm going to snip off the front of his knee part here at a little bit of an angle. Get a tiny dab of glue. Something like that. And we're going to have to snip that off a little bit there. Okay. We'll do the same thing on this leg. We'll snip it back a little bit. And snip a little bit off the front of that one. Take off the back of that knee. Then we'll attach that in a similar way. Something like that. Is that empty? Holy shit. All right. No problem. No problem. Get another one right here. How do I manage to do that every time? Get it sorted in place and then shit just goes terrible. Okay. And I want to make sure that's good and sturdy. I'm just going to get a little dibby down more down there. And sprinkle it by hand. Make that his forever home. Now, we have some crazy joints here that need dealt with. We're going to saturate those with glue and let that drip kind of down the model because we don't want a bunch of weird textures to deal with later. Now I'm going to sprinkle some around the base, trying not to hit the foot, just to soak up some of that excess. And then I'm going to blow dry the rest of it down the bottle. Then I'm going to come up here and sprinkle the lightest bits so I don't lose all my texture, but I get a bond. Now there's a little bit that didn't blow out of that armpit, and I want that out of there. So I'm just going to grab a toothpick and clean that out. Double check everything and hit this guy up with some more soda of the baking. All right, let's get him dried off pretty good. I'm not completely happy. He has what this guy in the book has a couple weapons. He has just one. So let's add some weapons to him real quick. So he did have a spear of some sort, and I think I cut a spear off of somebody. We're not going to reuse it. All right, let me look at my bits. Look at my appearance. I have comb parts somewhere I can't find for the life of me. I think I might have moved them into something else. So let's see. I don't see anything I like in there. What's in this box? Those are more like arms and heads and parts. That's what I need to do is get all my little heads out of my parts box and arms and stuff. Do something like that to look at them. Ooh. Worry not. One day you'll be old too, and maybe your hands won't work. But your friend the tweezer will. Now, can I actually drill holes small enough for these? Well, maybe. These are just weapons I made out of toothpicks and stuff. You could do the same thing pretty easily. I don't know if I can really get a hole that fine drilled. Let me see if what my smallest pin vise will do. Oh wait, I have more bits for this in the back, I think. Maybe. Yep. That's what I want right there. Now, instead of trying to do that with a pin vise by hand, I'm going to try to use my drill to make my life a little easier, because it's hard for me to spin a pin vise anymore. It's very difficult for my hands. So what I'm going to try to do I can't get it. All right, sometimes if you snip these flat, you can get a little bit better of a surface. You can't quite get it snipped flat either. All right, let's try it now. Get it where you want it. Hit it with a hot air Meyer burning hand spelt makes it a lot easier to drill into this cheapy plastic. Yep. Of course I broke that shit. Of course I did. All right. All right. Maybe it's not to be. Well, we know the drill bit came out the back at some point. So it only seems rational that that spear can come out the back, right? Nice. There we go. All right. Okay. Heat that up. Try to get that in there. It's small. I can't even see what I'm doing. No problem, dudes. All right. We'll just see if I can make it go that way. I might need to heat it up again. There we go. Then we just need to do a little touch-up work. A little bit of super glue and a HeroClix base. See where our blade goes. All right, so check this out. I'm going to dip that end in water. Oops, too much water. Okay, no problem. We'll handle this. We'll do it the other way. All right, so All right, and then that hand and spear is loose. So I'm gonna get some glue. Just like that. Okay. Now, because I'm worried about that snapping off like that one did, I'm going to get my toothpick that I lost through somewhere. Whatever. I'll just grab this one. And I'm going to come back over here and just coat that again, just to make sure that's good and sturdy. All right, now they have some kind of pincher things on their mouths. What parts do we have over here that we could use? What about these horrible strings that I would never use for anything? Let's steal these and make a pincher out of it. Then they had some horn things coming off the back of their heads too. We'll steal these for those. Okay. So for the mouth pinchers, I'm going to get a little glue here. Oh, you bastard. I thought I was going to get a little glue there. All right, calm down. That's all right. No problem. All right. Well, my hands aren't working. I'm so sorry. We're going to come up with a new plan, something that I can hold on to easier. These will be easier to hold on to. So I'm just going to snip the ends of those off. Okay, so that may work, but what we're going to need to do is, even though those are very small, we're going to need to bend those a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay. And I lost the other one. There it is. All right. That was some more effort than I had hoped, but it'll work out. Okay. All right. All right. So we've got the little horns on the front of his face. Now we need the ones coming off the back of his head. I should have plenty of toothpick pieces laying around. I'm going to snip these at a little bit of an angle, so they mount just a little easier. And I'm going to attach those kind of where the ears are, to make it, less of a fight. It seems like there's a lot more people with special needs than there used to be when we were kids, or when I was a kid anyways. Some of you guys might still be kids. I don't know. Or I can attest that or not attest, I can attest that we are all probably different ages because I looked at the analytics. But my thing is this. We're all different ages, yeah. When I was a child, 30, 40 years ago, it seemed like there were much less special needs people than there are now. And they were all kind of like, almost like local celebrities, really. Everybody at school knew the kid in the wheelchair, or the kid that yelled random shit. Now it's like very common, it seems like. Like my wife works with special needs kids at school, in like a public school. And it just seems like, it's just like so different. So different. And it makes me wonder, is it attributed to more drug use? Is it attributed to dumber people, or not, I shouldn't say that, people that aren't as developmentally adept breeding together? Is it something in the food or water? What is it? I know that one of the big things I do know is, but I don't know how much it contributes to this, but I know it's a problem in water. We were told, and our parents were told, to dump unused medication down the commode. It gets flushed back to the sewer department, goes back into our rivers, gets pulled back into drinking water plants, and it's not treated out. The only way to truly get it out is with real reverse osmosis, which is true, well-maintained working reverse osmosis is about impossible to provide for a city. The cost of your water would be more to, you couldn't even afford it. All right, we'll come back in part 2 and paint this guy up. So all that stuff's in the water, and that's a problem. So that, you know, my black spray paint's cold and not working right. I think it might be the way I bought it. It's just not right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray him with clear coat. I'm going to hit him with black, dry him off, and then we'll come back and do it. But, you know, that is one problem, is the medications we've been dumping down the drain forever. So, I don't know. It just makes me wonder. I'm going to snip. Let me get my snippers out real quick. I want to snip this staff so it's not pointing on the back. I don't like that. I'm also going to snip this so it's not all up on his butt. All right, cool. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave a comment and all that happy crappy in case I missed one. Come to the website and buy some miniatures. Not these miniatures. The real, beautiful Dungeon Swag miniatures, like this demon I've still not painted. Yeah, I'm working on it. He's glorious. Next time, we'll finish this guy up, though. The Xill, Xill. Thanks for watching.